You gotta go back the other way.
Oh yeah. See right there. That's where it hit me.
Yeah. You're feeling the. Woo. Hold on.
You gotta go back.
I'll be back. Give me one. All right. We'll hit the brakes.
We did it.
We did it. See, the thing about the chair spin, is that it's not for amateurs, right? I know it looks like we're just sitting here fooling around, but
something to practice and master.
I've been spinning chairs for like I'm not a newbie here.
And when people just try it off cuff, it sometimes goes downhill.
It is what it is, and so
I will do anything but spin usually, because as soon as I spin once, I'm sick for the rest. I'm like woozy for the rest of the day. But like I'll do roller coasters, I'll do whatever speed as far as you want, even like kind of side to side all over the place, motorcycle, whatever. As soon as I spin once, I'm done.
Well, I will say, like, I find that as I get older, I am more susceptible to motion sickness, right? So the spinning now, I was getting dizzy. I will admit that. But even not that long ago, I was on the swings with my kids, and they're on one and I'm on one. And even that, I was starting to kind of feel it a bit. Yeah. It was like, what is wrong? I used to never like that. I would rarely get motion sick as a kid. My brother, though, all the time. Like, it didn't take much. Like, I'm trying to remember if Shane and I were even married yet, or just driving him. One day we were driving him to the ferry, and we're like, because we lived on the island at the time, and how far were we from the ferry terminal? Not far. And he's like, you got to pull over. And he's just like sick on the snow. And it's just like, it wouldn't take much. Like spinny rides, like all of that. But.
See, and yet every time we go to Calgary,
yeah,
I love going to Callaway Park, and we'll do it. And
yeah.
Alana will do everything and anything on the spinning, on the everything. She's a theme park junkie.
Yeah.
But
normally me too. I love a good roller coaster.
I hold coats.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's so funny. We there's some rides that Sheena won't do, and I'm trying to remember. I don't want to get it wrong because you'll just correct me, and plus I don't want to misinform everybody. But no, there's some that she really gets. She's more susceptible to it than I am, but she would be the coat holder more often than I would, but that's all right. Anyways, we're not just here to talk about theme parks, but we are here because it's coffee talk. It's good to be here. The ladies, excellent job last week, but we want our seats back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for a good Father's Day, even just in that, like having them take that.
Absolutely, and showing us up with a better video. I've been trying to figure out why is it that more people like that. And I think it's the jokes. I'm just gonna say, I think it's the jokes. And if I had thought of that sooner, I would have come prepared with jokes. And next week, that's it. We're just telling jokes.
And I forgot to add a laugh track too. I think that would have been a
rim
great
shots. I was watching it in my office, going, "We need a right something." But next week, there may be jokes if I remember.
We might just do a whole coffee talk of just jokes.
We might need it. We need it one day. Anyways, welcome to summer. My kids had their last day of school yesterday, though I think Joella was supposed to have a Zoom class today. We totally forgot about it. But she's got her wrap up Zoom tomorrow, and
that's the important one.
That's the one we can't forget. And then that's it. It is summer. I can't believe it's here. I totally missed it. It was like I was online on, I guess it was the 21st, but it might even been the 22nd, and everyone's like, "Happy summer! Welcome to summer! It's now summer." I went, "What?" So it's here.
But it feels like even though when you look at the calendar, it doesn't feel like the day that it is, but like in the experiences that we've had in the last 2 months, it feels like we've been outside a lot.
Totally.
And so it's kind of like, it sort of feels like it's summer, but it doesn't look like it's summer on the calendar.
You know how I know it's summer? I am sweating just sitting here. I'm sitting here going, I'm damp.
We'll turn the air on.
I'm sitting moistly. That's what it is. I'm just sitting here and I'm moist, and it's like, a few weeks ago when it was one of those days where it was sunny and nice and like 20 degrees out, and Joella was just like, Dad, can it stay like this? Can we just have this all year? And I went, oh girl, summer's coming and it will be hot.
We'll check back in with her on the plus 41 day.
Oh, like, okay, so she's pale enough as it is, right? So she's super susceptible to sunburns. But yesterday afternoon, I'm like, you are red. And she wasn't sunburned. Yeah. She's just hot.
Yeah.
I mean, she turns cheeks. Pink everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, you haven't really been outside much. You've been wearing sunscreen and wearing a hat. You're just warm, right? And she just is like that. And it's so, it's relatable. And it's so unfortunate for her. She's got a lifetime of that ahead.
But summer in the Okanagan is pretty amazing because
it is.
No matter how red in the face you get, you can jump in the lake.
Absolutely. Looking forward to
with your life.
We yes, absolutely. The lake, it calls. Except for when there's thunderstorms like today. But anyways, we are wanting to talk about summer. We got a few things to talk about, serious things today. Because it's summer, that means two big things we need to make sure that we're all on the same page about. One is VBS. Right? Officially starting July 6th. And I say officially because really the way we've set it up this year, it's going to be at homes, right? It's and not even just a home. It's like a host site, like different sites. We're doing it at we're trying to take it like instead of just doing VBS here at the church, it's like, oh, we'll have a VBS in Ensign Way and a VBS out in, but it's at your home.
Yeah.
And so you can sign up not just to sign up how many kids are coming, but sign up to be a host site, to basically run it at your house, but yet you're not alone because we're putting together a whole web page of all the content, all the information, all the stuff you need so that you can do an awesome VBS in your backyard or in your house with whether it's just your kids or your kids plus your nieces and nephews or I don't know your grandkids, neighbor kids, whoever.
Like if you're even a grandparent, you can sign up to host and then even have someone help you out with that, or bring in another family from the church and say, okay, we're going to do it together. We're going to do it at my house. We have a great large open lawn, something like that. But this is an opportunity for you to connect, especially with the neighbors that you've been trying to maybe connect with over the last 2 months. Don't let that fall to the wayside. This is your opportunity to bring the gospel literally to your neighborhood.
Totally.
And don't think that this is just for families. This is for everybody in our church to be able to put on their own little VBS. We're going to give you everything that you need for that, but it takes your desire and just fortitude to just go for it.
To have like little like VBS lighthouses in different neighborhoods around West Kelowna is just an awesome opportunity to do that. We're not doing it all here together because there is still the reality of COVID, right? And we don't want to suddenly be like an outbreak linked to the church is really what it is. And unfortunately, in other areas, churches have started gathering, and then all of a sudden, boom, a little outbreak, and we don't want that to be here. I think we can say that as a church leadership, we're talking about a plan for how to meet again safely. We don't have details for you today, but in the next couple of weeks, I think we will. I think we can say that. And so stay in tune for that, because we definitely want, as soon as there's information to pass along, we will pass it along. There's no reason to hold on to it. The sooner we can get it out, the better. But for now, VBS, go to our church website, lakeviewheightsbaptist.com, and in the little bar there with all the home ministries and whatnot, you'll see VBS 2020. Click that. It's how you register. There's lots of more information about VBS, and love to just have as many different host sites as we can doing VBS. Even if there's only like one or two in each site, that's whatever. It's all great, but it's looking forward to it. Drama Camp is coming though, and registration for that should be coming up right beginning of July. And so again, go to the website, find information. If you have questions ahead of time, reach out to Lori. Probably is the best person right now at this point. But stay tuned. There'll be emails going out as soon as everything's live and ready to go. And so that's also coming up.
And Drama Camp is going to look very differently, just like everything else as well too. But it's still going to have that COVID banner over top in all that it is. But it's still we're we're still making awesome plans. So
yeah, no, looking forward to it. It's going to be a great week. That's much later in July, but it's coming because it's summer. So yeah, we wanted to let you know. Kevin and I got an awesome email this week. Here's one of the things that's happened with COVID. Normally, as a church, we have missionaries we support, and we will reach out to them, and we'll be trying to encourage them and supporting them. Yeah. We had that turned on its head this week and got a letter from Calhoun that was just beautiful. It was really an encouraging thing, and I know some of you are going to hear Cal, you're going to hear Cameroon, you're going to think, oh, what's going on in Cameroon?
Yeah, political unrest, and that's where our mind goes to.
It wasn't to inform us of that. Really, the only news we got about Cameroon was how spotty the internet is, which I think
that's normal.
Right? Lyndon kind of from his travels there would share us in a little bit, but it was just to let us know as a church that he is not just praying for us, but joining with us in church as often as they can. And so we just wanted to encourage you, Lakeview. Like, it's so cool that we have this different ingathering of our greater collective that is Lakeview, right? Yeah. In a really new, wonderful way, simply because it just got dumped on us, right? It's not what we chose, it's just what happened. And lo and behold, here's some of the beautiful stuff that's coming because of it.
And that really gives us hope as well too, that like, not just what we're doing, but really in the fact that the church and the gospel are continually moving forward in everything. Yeah. And that our church is not confined to these four walls. Yeah, totally. That we are the church light, the light of Christ, in all of our places around West Kelowna. Yeah. And we have all these connections that are being made all over BC and Alberta, and now like realizing that actually spans the whole globe. And I think that's just so amazing. And it's not just Cal too, but like to know that and to remember it and to remind yourself that like we're literally all in this together. Yeah. And I think that's maybe a phrase that's been really overused in COVID, and yet really underused in a way that we need to understand that our church is so much bigger than we think. It's the body of Christ, and totally. it's doing amazing things. And so that's really hopeful and really exciting for us today, in everything that we're doing as well. Yeah. And my devotions have had me lately in Acts 2, and it's like just the last few verses, really, right? Talking about the life of the church right after Pentecost, right? And just the thing that keeps coming out again and again is that they met primarily in homes. Yeah. And that's where so much of the teaching, the worship, the fellowship, right? All of that real key Christian life stuff happened in homes. Yeah. And when Paul traveled, or when Peter went out to various places, like they would often find people. Sure, they'd start in the synagogue, but then often it kind of devolved into meeting in homes. Yeah. And that's where we've been. And that shouldn't actually surprise us, because 3 years prior to that, Jesus got 12 guys together, and they just went walking around. They formed their own bubble. Yes. As much as you want to term it as many different things, but it was a little bubble, and they just kind of walked around for a little while, right? And it was just a great adventure and camping trip that they just went and did, and that's where discipleship began with them and through them. And I think that needs to be constantly our reminder that like you have your bubble, you should be pouring discipleship into those people no matter what, and in any way possible. Absolutely. And I think that's just really exciting. And even as you say that, and I think about, certainly we can think about the ministry of Christ, and you think of there's Sermon on the Mount, there's so many things that happen on the side of the road and out in the fields, but so many things happen in houses, right? Like you think of the paralytic who had to be lowered through the roof. That's because Jesus packed out a dude's home, right? Yeah. And or you think of Paul teaching, and what's the name of the kid that fell out of the window and died, right? Like that's just in someone's house, right? That and Eutychus or something. Yeah, like right. Like all these great real moments of ministry happen in homes. And so you might be feeling a little sick of your house, and it's so great that we're getting outside as often as we can, and then what happens, we have a day of rain and we're like, oh, we're back inside. But you know what, like
let's not forego the great stuff that can happen in our home when we're just together. And so I just want to be encouraging you, church, to keep seeing your house as your home, really, as a church, and as a place where real gospel formation happens, where discipleship happens, where lives are changed for Christ. And so
where VBS is happening all the time.
Absolutely. And July 6th to 10th, it could happen slightly differently. And so just want to encourage you this week, church. And thanks for coming along with us and spending this time with us. And we'll see you Sunday.
Happy summer.